Is the WNBA becoming a battleground for its brightest stars? Caitlin Clark's jaw-dropping 31-point game against the Chicago Sky should have been a celebration. Instead, it sparked a firestorm of controversy that's got fans and players alike on edge. What's really going on behind the scenes? Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great. Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. You've seen Caitlin Clark's impressive debut, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Her impact on the WNBA goes way beyond the scoreboard. We're talking about a player who's not just changing the game, but redefining what's possible in women's basketball. Clark's playing style? It's like nothing we've ever seen before. Imagine taking the best parts of Larry Bird and Steph Curry, then cranking it up to 11. That's Clark on the court. She's got Bird's court vision and playmaking ability, combined with Curry's long-range shooting that leaves defenders scratching their heads. But here's where it gets really interesting. Clark isn't just wowing the critics, she's bringing in the crowds. Since she stepped onto the WNBA stage, game attendance has gone through the roof. We're seeing packed arenas and a surge in viewer interest that's unprecedented in the league's history. Think about it. When was the last time you saw families flocking to WNBA games like they're the hottest ticket in town? Clark's not just a player, she's become a phenomenon. People aren't just coming to watch a game, they're coming to witness something special. And the league? They're laughing all the way to the bank. The WNBA just landed a $2.2 billion media contract. You heard that right?
Deal, a game changer and a historic moment for women's sports. This major influx of money will without a doubt impact the
WNBA cashing in on its recent surge in popularity, scoring a media rights deal worth more than $2 billion.
Billion with a B, and a big part of that? It's thanks to the Clark effect. She's not just a rookie, she's a cash cow, a needle mover that's got the whole sports world talking. But here's the thing, with great success comes great pressure. Clark's meteoric rise isn't just changing the game on the court, it's shaking up the entire WNBA ecosystem. Some veterans are watching this rookie come in and steal the spotlight they've been chasing for years. And let's be real, not everyone's thrilled about it. Remember that smile from DeShields after the incident? It's about to reveal something you never saw coming. The WNBA's rising star isn't just creating fans, she's casting some disturbing shadows. What's really behind that smile after Clark hit the floor? The answer could expose a troubling side of women's pro basketball you never imagined. Let's break down what happened. During a recent game, Diamond DeShields of the Chicago Sky took things to a whole new level. We're not talking about friendly competition here. This was an aggressive play that left fans and commentators stunned. But the real shocker, DeShields was seen smiling afterward. Yeah, you heard that right. Smiling, after potentially injuring the league's new Golden Girl. Now, you might be thinking this is just a one-time thing, right? Wrong.
It happened prior to the inbound, so then anybody can shoot the free throw. I mean, that's clearly a foul, which was called. The question is, will they call it?
Remember Kennedy Carter, another Chicago Sky player who got physical with Clark on the court? We're seeing a pattern here, and it's not a pretty one. So what's driving this aggression? Some are pointing to competitive jealousy. Clark's not just good, she's changing the game, and not everyone's happy about it. But there's another angle that's got people talking. Some fans are saying there might be racial undertones to these incidents. One comment that's been making waves online. This looks like a race issue. They're going to get Caitlin Clark hurt. It's a loaded statement, but it's got people asking some tough questions about what's really going on in the WNBA.
Seattle, and all of a sudden, we're pretty close. This has been as close as it's been all second quarter long.
Underneath the basket, DeShields and Clark. Caitlin Clark.
Look, here's Caitlin Clark going, and Nicholson giving her an extracurricular two-hand shove.
Here's the thing. These incidents aren't isolated. They're symptoms of a larger problem brewing in the league. The WNBA's always been about empowerment and breaking barriers. But what happens when the competition gets too fierce? When jealousy and maybe even prejudice start creeping onto the court? We're seeing a dark underbelly of competition that's threatening to undermine everything the WNBA stands for. It's not just about Clark anymore. It's about the integrity of the game and the safety of all players. Think about it. If star players are being targeted, what does that mean for the future of the league? We're talking potential career-ending injuries.
Passing season as well. Her assist numbers. Oh no, Caitlin Clark just went down. And holding her right. Man, that left foot. That looks very painful. Getting some help off of
Loss of fan support and a tarnished reputation that could take years to rebuild. The WNBA's at a crossroads. They've got a rising star who's bringing in crowds and boosting ratings like never before. But they've also got a growing problem with aggressive play and possible racial tensions. How they handle this could make or break the league's future. You think you know what's at stake for the WNBA? Think again. The league's standing at a crossroads, and their next decision could change everything. We're not just talking about fines or suspensions here. We're talking about the entire future of women's pro basketball hanging in the balance. Fans are furious, and they're demanding action. The outrage is spreading like wildfire across social media, with one comment capturing the mood perfectly. How long is the WNBA Commissioner Cathy Engelbert going to allow these intentional assaults? It's not just a question anymore, it's a battle cry. And let's be real, the clock is ticking. The WNBA can't afford to sit on its hands while star players like Caitlin Clark are at risk. We're talking about potential career-ending injuries here. Imagine losing the league's brightest new star before she even hits her prime. It's not just Clark's future on the line, it's the future of the entire league. But it gets worse. If the WNBA doesn't step up, we could be looking at a mass exodus of viewers and sponsors. Think about it. Who wants to watch a league where the best players are getting taken out left and right? And what company wants their brand associated with that kind of chaos? So what's the solution? Fans are calling for some serious consequences. We're talking hefty fines that'll make players think twice before getting too aggressive. Suspensions that'll bench troublemakers for more than just a game or two. The message is clear. Play hard, but play fair. But it's not just about punishing bad behavior. The WNBA needs to step up its game when it comes to protecting star players. Maybe it's time for stricter rules on physical contact. Or how about beefing up the referee crews to catch those sneaky fouls that slip under the radar? And let's not forget about addressing the elephant in the room, those underlying tensions in the league. Whether it's competitive jealousy or something deeper, the WNBA can't afford to ignore it. They need to tackle this head-on with some serious initiatives. We're talking workshops, team-building exercises, whatever it takes to bring players together and squash this negativity before it destroys the league from the inside out. The WNBA's got a golden opportunity here. They can turn this crisis into a defining moment. Imagine if they come out swinging with a comprehensive plan to protect players, promote fair play, and unite the league. They could elevate women's basketball to heights we've never seen before. But here's the flip side. If they drop the ball, we could be watching the beginning of the end for the WNBA. Players getting hurt, fans tuning out, sponsors walking away. It's a nightmare scenario. But it's a real possibility if the league doesn't act fast. So what's it going to be, WNBA? Are you going to step up and be the league we know you can be? The one that empowers women, celebrates talent, and shows the world what true sportsmanship looks like? Or are you going to let the dark side of competition tear you apart? The ball's in your court, Commissioner Engelbert. The whole world's watching. What's your next move?